money was the deciding factor, I'm hoping that this will in some way sway them a little.
Only the money for each kid that goes back to Knox County will be given to Knox County. Now, what that means is we'll pay tuition for our children that go to Corbin in the form of $1,200 apiece. The $3,800 or so that would have been given to Corbin if the agreement had been signed will then go into some black hole in the state government to go who knows where. So the net result is $2,600 of lost revenue to southeastern Kentucky for the education of children. I personally have worked in manufacturing now for about 16 years, and I've seen very few problems that you could throw money at and fix. I've made the mistake, trust me, Scott can tell you. Throwing money at a problem typically doesn't fix it. It's typically somebody's not being held accountable for doing their 100% of their 50%. So, don't let them throw money out at you. Don't let them throw, well, you're taking our smartest kids. Because I'll guarantee you, if your kids are like mine, they're probably average, or maybe a little better than average, but you might just have a little bit more hope for that child than maybe somebody else has, or maybe you're in a position that you're able to give your child a little better opportunity. I know that's the situation that me and my wife are in, and that's what we want to do. When they say, well, everybody's coming down there just because of athletics, I'm like, have you seen mine play ball? I mean, I can guarantee you that some people do that for athletics, but, probably the vast majority don't. There's only 5 can play on the high school basketball team at a time, and only 9 on the baseball team and only 11 on the football team. I mean, there's only so much to go around, but hey, you know what? I've seen Corbin compete for state championships in football. I've seen Corbin compete at the state level in baseball in recent years, and I've seen them at Rupp Arena. When's the last time you can say you've done that in Knox County? You can't. So, if this was free enterprise, you can't just, if this is free enterprise, you can't go out there and handcuff your customer and bring them back if you've got low quality and you've got low service. You've got to be able to say, hey, I'm going to turn my reputation around, and I want people to come to me. You can't drag people to you in a free enterprise system, and you shouldn't be allowed to do it in a public school system either.
So you're going to love this number. So 310 out of Knox County go to Barberville. 116, don't quote me on that exact number, 110, 116 come out of Barberville, go to Knox County. So that's a net 200 that Knox County is losing. So I said, well, there you go, take them. There's 200 of them. 160 less. I said, if you want the money, right? If it's about money, there's 200 right there. And he said, well, we can't do that. We'll close that school down if we take them kids, okay? But it's a point that I think we need to bring up at the board meeting to say, why, I don't understand why we're singled out. If it's all about money, you need the money, then nix them all. You shouldn't have agreements with anybody if it's about the money. Let's just get all the money that we can get. So, I don't know, of course.
So we moved here knowing that Corbin schools were so good, knowing that they were third in the state at the time. I think they're down to 4th now, but knowing that the educational opportunities were here that were better than in northern Kentucky. The environment, the schools, the culture was much better here. My kids deserve the best that I can give them, and the best that I can give them is Corbin.